What would you do if you pulled a crumpled note from your wife's coat pocket and realized it wasn't meant for you? The fluorescent lights of the dry cleaner on West 34th Street flickered overhead as I stood there, my fingers still inside the lining of her beige wool coat. I had only reached in to check for loose change before handing it over. That's when I felt it. Folded paper, soft from being handled too many times. I remember thinking it might be a receipt. It wasn't. Last night wasn't enough. I need you again. Same room. Same lie. D. I read it twice. Then a third time. My heart didn't race. It dropped. Like an elevator cable had snapped inside my chest. Because I knew exactly what same lie meant. And in that moment, standing between racks of strangers' clothes, I realized my marriage had already ended. I just hadn't caught up to it yet. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. I didn't confront her that night. That's what most people would expect. A shouting match. Accusations. Tears. Maybe broken plates. But I folded the note back exactly the way I found it, and I said nothing. When I got home to our apartment in Midtown Manhattan, she was sitting on the couch scrolling through her phone like nothing in the world had shifted. "Hey," she said casually, not even looking up. "Did you drop off the coat?" "Yeah," I replied, placing my keys on the counter. "They'll have it ready Thursday." She nodded. That was it. No tension. No guilt. No flicker of anything. That was the first time I understood something terrifying. She wasn't just cheating, she was comfortable doing it. Over the next few days, everything started making sense in ways that made me sick. Her late work nights at her marketing firm on Madison Avenue. The sudden gym membership she never invited me to join. The way she angled her phone away from me whenever a message popped up. And the hotel charges. God, the hotel charges. I went through our joint credit card statements late one night while she slept beside me. There it was. Repeated charges from a boutique hotel in Soho. Same place. Same pattern. Midweek afternoons. Same room. Same lie. The note wasn't poetic. It was literal. I started watching her more closely. Listening. Recording. Not because I wanted to, but because I needed to understand how deep this went. One evening, I followed her. She told me she had a client dinner in Tribeca. I nodded, kissed her goodbye, and waited 10 minutes before grabbing my coat and heading out. I trailed her from a distance down Broadway, through crowds and traffic lights, until she turned, not toward Tribeca, but towards Soho. My stomach twisted. She walked straight into the hotel. No hesitation. No glance back. Like she'd done it 100 times. I stood across the street for nearly 20 minutes before I saw him. Tall. Confident. Smug in a way you can't fake. He walked in like he owned the place. I didn't follow them inside. I didn't need to. Because in that moment, something inside me broke completely. Not just my heart. My restraint. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I started planning. The next few weeks were a blur of quiet transformation. I hired a private investigator. Expensive, but worth every dollar. Photos. Videos. Time-stamped entries and exits. Room numbers. Audio recordings of conversations through barely cracked doors. Everything. I also met with a lawyer. A very good one. She looked at the evidence, leaned back in her chair, and said, "If you play this right, she walks away with nothing." That was the first time I smiled. At home, my wife became colder. More distant. Almost annoyed by my presence. "Can you not wait up for me?" she snapped one night. "It's exhausting." I nodded. Of course. Because I knew where she was going. And soon, so would everyone else. I set the trap carefully. A dinner party. Our apartment. Friends. Her co-workers. Even her boss. And him. Yes, him. Turns out, he wasn't just some random affair. He was married too. And his wife? I found her. And invited her. The night of the dinner, everything felt surreal. Wine glasses clinking. Laughter. Conversations bouncing off the walls like nothing was wrong. My wife looked stunning. Confident. Radiant. Untouchable. He arrived 20 minutes late. Smug smile. Casual handshake. "Thanks for having me," he said, like we were old friends. I nodded. Of course. Then his wife walked in. The room shifted. Subtle at first. Confusion. Recognition. Then tension. My wife's smile flickered for half a second. That was all I needed. I stood up, glass in hand. "Before dinner," I said, my voice steady. "I just want to share something." All eyes on me. I pulled out my phone, connected it to the TV, and pressed play. Photos. Videos, audio, every lie, every meeting, every whispered promise in that hotel room. The silence that followed wasn't silence. It was collapse. My wife's face drained of color. "What is this?" she stammered. "You tell me," I replied calmly. The other man tried to speak, but his wife cut him off with a slap so sharp it echoed. People started leaving, murmuring, judging, watching. My wife grabbed my arm. "We need to talk. Now." I pulled away. There's nothing left to talk about. The divorce was brutal. For her. The evidence destroyed any chance she had at taking anything. Her reputation? Gone. Her job? Lost within a week. His? Same fate. Last I heard, they didn't even stay together. Funny how that works. As for me, I moved out of the apartment. New place. New life. Sometimes, late at night, I think about that note. That small, careless mistake. How something so simple unraveled everything. And how the woman I once trusted more than anyone ended up being the architect of her own destruction. Because in the end, she didn't lose me when I found the note. She lost everything the moment she believed she'd never get caught. The end.